Hi, and welcome to the Metabolism Reset Masterclass. Now that everybody's in here, I am going to walk you through what to expect from our class today, everything we're going to cover, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of exciting surprises I have for you today, so stay tuned. If you don't know me, my name is Sandra, and I'm going to be your host for today. I am a health and fitness coach for women. I've been through a whole long journey myself, and I'll tell you a little bit about that too. But before we do any of that, I want you to know what to expect from our class today. So I know there's a lot going on. We are super busy. You have emails, you have things to do, and there's lots of distractions. But for this hour, I'm going to encourage and challenge you to get rid of all of those things. So turn off your notifications, put your phone away. If you're watching this on your phone, put it in airplane mode if you can, or just ignore notifications, because the fact that you hear already tells me that you are serious about your health, your fitness goals, everything that you want to achieve, and that you're ready to take action. That is honestly the most difficult part for everybody. And so the fact that you're here and you're giving yourself this time means you're an action taker and you're already 10 steps ahead of most other people. I want you to walk out of here feeling like you are further ahead in your journey, have a better understanding of what to do. And so in order for that to happen, this needs to be really active. I don't want this to be a lecture because I know that information is not your issue. You can chat GPT or Google anything these days and get some really good, solid information, but figuring out what of that is actually really important to you, how to apply it to your own path, how to hold yourself accountable. All of those things are what you actually need. It's not the information. What we are going to cover today are three main points. The first one is the three most common mistakes that professional women in our 30s and above make when it comes to fat loss. I've made all of them. And there's certain things that we're told about how weight loss or fat loss or a healthy lifestyle should happen. And most of that is actually complete BS. So I'm going to walk you through where we go wrong and how to fix it. I'm going to tell you the most common signs that your metabolism needs help, and I'll walk you through the exact 5-step process, step by step, to forever weight loss, to boosting your metabolism and getting your energy back without cutting out carbs. So that's what we're going to do today. And then as a participant in this masterclass, you are also going to get free bonus resources. One of them is something that is actually usually only available to active clients inside the Metabolism Reset method. But I thought long and hard about how I could make sure that I'm able to actually give you, actionable, practical value in here. That's not just theory and information, but actually help you start your journey or figure out where you've been stuck and get unstuck. And so the best way for me to do that is to give you this one thing that I've never given away ever. So make sure you stay. This is really, really exciting, and I've never actually done that. I am here because I was stuck and trying to diet, trying to lose weight, trying to get healthy for most of my life. And for many, many years, I really wasn't getting anywhere. So the picture on the left was me before I started with any kind of health, fitness, always trying to work out, always trying to eat less and move more, but it never really worked. And most of all, I really just didn't feel good. I had no energy. I had a terrible relationship with food. I always had cravings and was trying to stay away from the foods that I liked, that I enjoyed, thinking that carbs are bad and that I shouldn't even want, the pizza or chocolate or ice cream, that I should be able to stay away from all of that. I never was. Not long term anyway. And so it was a cycle that just continued for many, many, many years. The picture on the right is me a little bit further into my journey. So I already had some strength. I was healthier. I was a little bit fitter, but I had other issues that I'll tell you about in a second. So basically, growing up, I was always tired. I got really frustrated with weight loss, trying to lose weight, nothing ever really working. So I was on the wagon, off the wagon all the time. Like I would try, I would go all in, I would go really hard on my workouts, on my diet, and be super clean and strict. And then I would fall off the wagon and give up and start again, usually a few weeks, sometimes months later. And so it just went like that for many, many years. I was always trying to drop calories, cut out carbs, but still not really getting anywhere. I ended up feeling defeated and hopeless more often than not, and started wondering if my metabolism was broken. I was thinking maybe I just can't have that kind of body. Maybe it's just not in my genetics, or maybe there's something wrong with my metabolism that I just can't get there. I just can't lose the weight. Fast forward, the photo on the right is me actually having energy and feeling good in my body, being the most confident version of myself, and most of all, the healthiest as well. And that's because I learned how to actually lose weight, keep it off, but in a way that protects my metabolism instead of hurting it more. So before I tell you exactly how I did all of that, I'm going to walk you through all the individual steps. I want you to know that this is going to work for you if you are a professional woman in your 30s or above, if you're ready to create your final lasting transformation, and you're growth minded and willing to step outside your comfort zone. I say all this because I want to be really honest with you, because if this is not you, if you only care about fast weight loss and only about a number on the scale, but not how you get there, you don't really care about the health implications that might come with that approach. So basically, if you want a cheat code but not a lifestyle, then I'm going to be really honest, this is not the method for you, because you do need to be open to doing things in a different way, and you need to play the long game. So most clients lose about 10 pounds with us within the first 8 to 12 weeks, but they're still focused on long-term results and a healthy lifestyle, not just seeing a quick number on the scale. This is really important. So if that sounds like you don't have to have all the answers. If you're here, you're probably more stuck in this place, which is exactly where I was too. So you're always trying to eat less and move more. You're losing and gaining the same 10, 20 pounds or more. You're never really able to stick to anything long enough to get real results, or even if you do, it still isn't really getting you where you want to be. You are feeling defeated and hopeless, like I was, and really getting nowhere. So if that sounds like you, I completely understand, because that was me for many, many years. I started getting into fitness and getting stronger and feeling a little bit better, but then also taking it a little bit too far, because I signed up for a bikini competition, which is a type of bodybuilding, just with less like bulky type of muscle. And so that was me here on the left during and right after my competition. It was a great challenge for me, and I'm glad that I did it, but it also left me with a lot of symptoms that I didn't have before. So I was moody. I felt like I was always too busy to stop and listen to my body. I was tired but wired at the same time. So it was the typical, I can't sleep at night, but I can't get up in the morning. I had energy crashes, specifically early afternoon. I ended up, after this competition, gaining the weight back and then more, and ended up having really stubborn belly fat that I just felt like I couldn't get rid of. I had cravings that felt overwhelming and overpowering. Like it felt like something beyond my control. I couldn't lose weight, and I ended up feeling really puffy and inflamed, uncomfortable, but also at the same time, I was scared of trying to lose weight again, because this is where I had ended up. And so I was not comfortable, I was not happy, but I was also scared of doing anything about it. So the problem I ended up realizing after a lot of research, a lot of education, a lot of time really diving deep into how the body works, getting certifications, getting really educated on nutrition and training and all those things, I realized that the problem with keto, Atkins, fasting, Optavia, all those typical diets that were sold, the problem is that our body's ability to rest goes down. Stress goes up. So our stress hormones go up further than they should. Energy goes down, and our metabolism slows down as well. So once I realized all of that and how to fix it, I ended up losing weight, but in a healthy way. I ended up feeling energized. I don't have cravings anymore, except, sometimes I feel like I want something, I just eat it, but it's a decision, a conscious decision. I'm able to enjoy it. And the overwhelming cravings that I had in the past were completely gone. I have a stable mood and cycle. I am less stressed than ever. Of course, life still happens, but I'm able to deal with it like a normal person. Weight loss became easy. I would never have thought in the past that I would say that, but when the transition from here to here was effortless, I was able to still go out, have fun, enjoy my life, have dessert, have a glass of wine, have some pizza. I felt zero guilt about it and was still losing weight at the same time. I was excited about food, not anxious or feeling out of control anymore, and keeping the weight off for the first time ever. And as you can see here, because of all of this, I was able to enjoy my wedding. I had a beautiful dress that I loved and then changed into a short party dress. I had a full meal, I had drinks, I had a full slice of a wedding cake, and the entire day and night, I never wasted a single thought on what do I eat? Am I gonna feel bloated? Am I gonna look puffy in the pictures? Can I eat this? What am I going to wear? How am I going to pose so that I kind of don't hate the pictures fully? I didn't think about any of that for a single second. And that's all because I managed to support my metabolism and get healthy, get my energy back, and get to a place where I actually love my body and feel my best so that I no longer had to think and worry about all those things. And the reason we're here is because it has become my mission to help as many women as I possibly can feel the same way. Because honestly, life is too short to worry about food and how to cut out more and how to move more, because that's the only way to get anywhere, but then you're not getting anywhere anyway. And to worry about how you're going to look in photos and how you're going to what you're going to eat at a get together and be preoccupied with those things, that's really not what life is about. And so we are here so that I can teach you all of the strategies so you can get there too. So this is also how Claire lost 25 pounds, and she did that in less than 90 days by still eating out every single day. She barely prepped her meals. She is a very, very, very busy real estate manager. So what we did together had to fit her busy lifestyle, meaning she was still going out to date nights every week or every other week. She had several corporate dinners every single week that she had to attend. Her workouts had to be very time efficient. So she worked out 30 minutes or less 2 to 3 times a week. And she did that without ever leaving her building. So she was able to get these results with an intense career and very time efficient nutrition and training methods that took care of her metabolism and allowed her to lose the weight, but also still live the life that she already had. It's also how Courtney lost 18 pounds of pure body fat and created lean feminine definition. When we started together, Courtney just wanted to fit into her favorite work outfits again. She had a bunch of cute clothes that she bought years ago and that no longer fit. They were too tight. And so she was at that point where she had a choice of either sizing up and getting a whole new wardrobe and accepting that that's just her reality, or doing something about it and figuring out how to get back to the body that she felt her best and most confident in a healthy way. So that's exactly what we did. She lost 18 pounds. She had several vacations, life changes, a new job, all of those life circumstances that came up along the way. And she was still able to stay on track, feel her best, and not having to restrict herself ever. So the way we do all of this is by fixing the 3 most common mistakes that we as women in our 30s, 40s make when it comes to weight loss. So the most common mistake, number 1, that I found after years of working with women on this specific thing and my own experience as well, is the years of trying to lose weight and always being focused on losing fat have an effect on our metabolic health. So what happens is we end up with gut issues. So bloating, indigestion, feeling gassy, having food sensitivities. We end up with a slow metabolism. So it's that point where you feel like no matter what you do, it just doesn't work. You're not getting anywhere. Also, we already have a stressful lifestyle. So then when we add stressful diets to that and less calories, what happens is it really impacts our hormones. That can be lasting. For most women, it's not. There's always something you can do about it. But when you feel like you're stressed out, you're moody, your cycle may be affected by it, you already have a lot of stress in your life, and then you add constant diets to that, your cortisol goes through the roof. And so that can make weight loss that much harder. And it can also result in weight loss resistance. So that's that typical feeling of, I work out like crazy, I drop my calories even lower, I eat less, and still nothing's working. It's not getting me anywhere. So it might be one of those specific factors, or it might be a combination of all of them. So how we take care of that is there are 3 specific steps that we take with the metabolism reset method that you can apply for yourself to make sure that your metabolism is healthy so that you can actually lose weight again. So the first step here is the revival phase, where you notice your energy levels increase because we are nourishing your body right and finally creating consistency. What happens is when you are constantly trying to diet and lose weight, it is hard, if not impossible, to stay on track because you can only restrict so much. You can only punish yourself with diets and workouts for so long. But if you feel like you're constantly on the wagon, off the wagon, on and off, then the revival phase is going to be the best starting point for you. So what that looks like is we're giving your body all the nutrients that it's been lacking so that your metabolism can actually heal and you're getting your energy back. So in this phase, you may or may not see some weight loss, but that's not the goal yet. Because in order to actually lose weight in a healthy way, we need to build a foundation first and undo the effects that dieting probably had on your metabolism. So in the revival stage, we give you lots of nutrients. We give you the right ratios of protein, carbs, and fats. We make sure that we make small, actionable, simple changes to what you're already doing. So that's going to be all these steps are going to be very different for each woman individually. And that's very, very important because the way you get to your goals has to actually fit you, your life, your preferences. And so with all of these, it has to be a very personal, custom approach for each one of you. But many of our clients, for example, start with just food pictures. So taking a photo of the meals they have throughout their day. And then with that information, we can make adjustments to make sure that they're actually getting all the nutrients they need. So we might add a little bit here, a little bit there, maybe give them some different options and really pay attention to how their body reacts to all of that. So because of getting the right nutrients, you're already going to start feeling an increase in your energy levels right away. The next step to really take care of your metabolism before we go into weight loss on purpose is the metabolic restoration phase. And this is basically a full metabolism reset where we fully support your body's natural detoxification systems, allowing your body to get rid of anything that's been weighing it down. Now, be very, very aware that this is not a juice cleanse. It's not a detox with any skinny teas or a supplement protocol or anything like that. It is a one-on-one custom strategy that helps the organs basically that take care of detox within your body already, just helps them function more optimally. So that is your liver, your adrenals, and your thyroid. Those systems in your body can be negatively affected by years of dieting, years of trying to restrict and cut out foods, and just not getting the nutrients they actually need. So then this is usually the root cause of the symptoms that we just talked about, like your gut issues where you're bloated and you're having food sensitivities. You might have skin issues. You may feel more moody or have cycle irregularities. So then that is because your hormones are imbalanced. Cravings are usually due to imbalanced hormones as well. Your cortisol may need help stabilizing. So this phase is where we take care of all of that. And this is everything in here obviously needs to fit the individual person. But this is going to really depend on who you are and what symptoms you're actually experiencing. So the way we do that is by getting an intake of the symptoms you're having. And then if it looks like there may be a deeper protocol needed, for example, if you're having a lot of gut symptoms, then there is testing that you can do. And you can't do this on your own. I would just really, really recommend that you do it supervised by someone who specializes in this. Unfortunately, most OBGYNs don't fully know about optimizing women's hormones. They will tell you that your ranges are normal because there's just further education needed. That's just the way it is. Research is very behind when it comes to optimizing women's hormones. So I would really make sure that you get someone to help you with this process that really, really, really knows how to heal your gut and how to optimize your hormones. If you have questions about that, please message me. I'm here to help. So the test that you can do is for your gut, get a GI map. And for your hormones, I would do a Dutch test. So that is going to measure your hormone levels throughout the day. They should be different in the morning compared to the afternoon or the evening. And so if you only do blood work and you only get it done at one time of the day, then it might come back as normal, but that's because at that one specific moment, your blood levels were fine. Whereas maybe if you take it later in the day, it could be a different situation. So GI map, Dutch test is the testing that I would recommend here. If you can get that, again, make sure that you have help from someone who's really qualified in this. And then the third step, with all of the information that we now have and all of the groundwork that we did, we can now really dial in further on optimizing your hormones and your gut health, and that way fire up your metabolism to its highest potential. So knowing what area you need more help with, we can then use the exact nutrients, the exact nutrition strategies. We might support your body a little bit more by adding a supplement or two, just to make sure that you're really fully getting all the all-round support that you actually need. And so these 3 steps build the foundation for a successful weight loss phase. Not just successful, but effortless. I'll dive into that in a second. So these 3 steps, like I said, are highly, highly individual, highly customized, and it's going to depend on what you actually need, how much time you need to spend in these, and the level of testing and support that you need. So it's very, very different. If you feel like you have been having a lot of hormone symptoms, then that's something that you should be focusing on more. There are things like seed cycling and just generally eating whole foods with lots of nutrients, with vitamins and minerals, getting the right ratio of proteins, carbs, and fats. That's going to be really, really, really important. It's just a very different It's very different for each woman individually. So what worked for me is going to be different for you. It depends on not just your height and your weight, your body composition, but it also depends on your dieting history, the symptoms that you're experiencing. So let me know if you have any more questions about this. And also don't forget, I have the surprise bonus I talked about earlier. That is going to really, really, really help me give you a more tailored plan and action steps that you should take given your specific struggles and symptoms and history. So we'll get back to that in a second. Now, with all of this groundwork done, we're going to dive into the second mistake that most women make, which is when you are trying to lose weight, you're trying to do it through extreme diets and intense workouts. I know I did the same thing, and that's all we're ever told. So of course that's what we're going to do, right? We don't learn anything different. So that's the way to go, right? Wrong, unfortunately. And I did this, like I said, for so many years. So what the approach usually looks like is you cut out more foods, you drop your calories lower because that's the way you're going to lose more weight, right? You do more hits, more running, more group fitness classes until you're exhausted and stressed out, cortisol is through the roof, you can't keep up anymore, and you fall off the wagon again. Type a 1 in the chat if that sounds familiar. Yeah, pretty much everybody, right? So you know that this was me by now. This was me. Now, the way we fix that is, remember, the groundwork is already done, right? Your metabolism is now in a healthy place. So now what that means is that we are actually able to go into an effortless transformation phase. So now that you've taken care of your body, your health, you're in a good place, now you're ready to really focus on weight loss. And also, side note, most women do lose weight in the first 3 stages already because your body is functioning more optimally. It's able to let go of inflammation. You are actually burning fat instead of carbs. So many healthy changes happen in the first 3 phases that most women lose weight there already. However, that's not the focus yet in the first 3 phases. Now, after we've done the first 3 phases, we can actually focus on weight loss and transformation on purpose. So because we've built the foundation, you are now able to melt stubborn pounds effortlessly. When I say effortlessly, I don't mean there are not going to be any days where it's hard. It's life. That's always going to happen. We're always going to have challenges. But the challenges are then most of the time something very individual, like I had a stressful day. I didn't have any meals prepped. I went to this place and I didn't know what to eat. So then we talk about, okay, which option did you feel like eating and what nutrients are in there? Is that actually going to give you what you need? Should we add something? How do I use my time better? How did this exercise work? I don't know. I'm more hungry. I need a little bit more food this week. How do I manage my stress better? It's those kinds of things, which is just normal life stuff, just figuring out how to make things fit you better along the way. But it is no longer, my cravings are overwhelming. I'm not allowed or shouldn't be eating dessert, but then I fell off the wagon and I had this whole cake, because we're not going to take that approach. If you lose weight in a way that cuts out everything you love, I promise you it is not going to last. Most women don't even lose weight that way, but if you do, it's going to be a temporary change and you're going to gain it back. Most of the time you gain back even more, and then you're right back where you started, or even worse, probably feeling worse. So it is very, very important that in this transformation phase, you include the foods that you love instead of cutting them out. It's just about learning the right amounts. And when you focus on fueling your body right and giving your body all the nutrients that it actually needs, the transformation phase becomes effortless. And it means that you are then able to eat the foods that you love and know you're building a sense of intuition as to what does my body need, what do I want, and what you want starts becoming more of the nutritious food, so that then when you feel like having dessert or a slice of pizza or a drink or whatever, you can enjoy it and no longer feel guilty for it, which then keeps you on track too. So that is how the effortless transformation phase works. Again, make sure that you allow yourself to include the foods that you love and don't restrict. And so with that said, here, this is maybe the most important point, to be honest. The third mistake that most women make when trying to lose weight is that whenever you do actually lose weight, so say, for example, Doesn't matter how you got there, whether you restricted or whatever, you actually successfully lost weight. Okay, now what? Think about it. When did you actually lose weight and have a plan and a strategy in place for how to keep it? You probably didn't. And we're never taught that ever. I never had any idea of how to actually maintain the results that I got when I got them, which was not often. So what happens is when you're done with the diet, you feel deprived and fatigued. So you feel like you want to catch up on everything that you missed out on, all of the foods that you cut out because you were trying to lose weight. You're like, okay, I'm just going to have a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And then you tell yourself you're just taking a break right now. You get back into it. It's just a break. You are thinking of fitness as either all in or all out. If I can leave you with one thing, make it this. Take this from today's class. The most important thing that you can do for yourself is not think of fitness as a switch. So it's not either on or off, but replace that with a dial where you can change it. You know, maybe it's 30%, maybe it's 80%. 100 honestly doesn't even exist anyway, but you can adjust how much of your life that fitness journey of yours takes up, but it's never 100% on and it's not 100% off either. It's just finding the right approach for each stage of your life. If it's busy, it might be shorter workouts, it might be fewer workouts, it might be less meal prep and more eating the right foods while you're out. If you are 100% committed and you need the structure and the discipline, that might look different. But most of the time, the percentages that are like in the 60s is what's actually going to get you to where you want to be and work for you long term. So stop thinking of fitness and health as a switch. Think of it as a dial. I know. Okay, so then the way we actually do that is we lay the groundwork. You were able to lose weight and get healthy, get your energy back in a healthy way. So now it is very, very important that you actually learn the strategies to be able to keep the results that you got and make it a lifestyle that you can stick with forever so that you don't have to diet anymore. That is how Fatma, my dear friend and client, was able to tone up and get healthy, get strong, get her energy back. So before we started together, she was frustrated. She was feeling weak and tired, very, very fatigued. And she always wanted to lose weight. So she started wanting to see a certain number on the scale. This might sound weird for a health and fitness coach, but we actually got her to change her mind about weight loss. Instead, we gave her all the right nutrients, all the right strategies. We made sure that she got to feel confident, and she now feels like a proud, strong mom of 2 boys. She's energized and fueled. She no longer has cravings or food guilt. So if she wants something, she just eats it. She eats as many bites as she feels like having, and she doesn't feel out of control anymore. And the very interesting thing here is she doesn't care about the scale anymore. And during her program, she realized through the strategies that we were giving her and through just changing her relationship with food and healing her metabolism, she realized, I feel strong, I feel energized, I feel good, I feel confident. What do I need to lose weight for? And so she's in the healthiest place now where she's toned and strong, but the scale doesn't matter anymore. So the way we do that is through the metabolism reset method. I'm going to walk you through the 3 pillars that we apply to everybody's journey. I'm going to walk you through exactly how that actually works. So there are 3 main pillars that everybody needs for a lasting transformation. We just walk through the individual phases. And now in each one of these phases, what you're going to do is apply the functional nutrition formula. This is what we use with all of our clients inside the metabolism reset method. It's your very own personal one-on-one, non-cookie cutter nutrition plan adjusted to your needs, your goals, and preferences every single step of the way. So I gave you an example earlier, which was taking meal photos. So taking them, uploading them, and then we take what you're already doing and what you like and what your life is actually like and give you adjustments based on that. Not taking anything away. We most of the time add something. So then you're actually eating more and losing weight. And the reason for this is, think about it. If you're trying to fit into a box that someone came up with because it markets well and it sells well and it appeals to the way we think of fitness, which is completely backwards. If you try to fit into that box, but what you really do in reality in your life every single day is completely different, it's not going to work and it's not going to last. So that's why the way we approach nutrition is by taking what you're already doing and making that the best it could be, and making sure that within what you like and what you already do, you are getting what you actually need. The second pillar is the triple check accountability system. You know how earlier we talked about how what you need is not information, you have information at your fingertips all the time, right? What you actually need to get to where you want to be is not to be alone on your journey anymore, and for someone to help you figure out, okay, there's this approach, there's that approach, they're telling me this and this and that. What is the thing I should actually be doing? What does my body actually need? How do I stick to it? So with the triple check accountability system, you get all the one-on-one support, accountability, and guidance you need so that you're never alone on your journey again. I'm always there with you. You have your one-on-one coach, nutrition coach, and personal trainer in your back pocket to pull out at any point. Everything is custom designed for you, and you're never left to wonder, okay, what do I do now? I'm at a restaurant. What do I eat that's still in line with what I need? What is actually good or bad for me? I'm having a bad day. What do I do? You're never alone anymore. And then the third and last pillar is the tone training method. So with the tone training method, you get your training program that makes progress and consistency easy and fun. Meaning, if you feel like your life is incredibly busy, you don't have time, your schedule is tight, we are not going to make you go to the gym 5 days a week for an hour, hour and a half each. We're probably going to start with home workouts, 30 minutes or less, 2 or 3 times a week. Because just thinking that your training program has to look a certain way and has to be a certain level of intensity, that's what's keeping you stuck. So we're going to meet you exactly where you're at and help you create consistency by doing things in a way that fits your life and your schedule and the movement that you actually need, working the muscles that you actually need to strengthen, and making sure that your form is what it needs to be by giving you form reviews and creating a program that actually fits your body, not someone else's, and that allows you to have fun with training too, because it should be fun. It shouldn't feel miserable. So these are the 3 pillars that we give each and every single one of our clients, because again, the only way that you're going to get long-term lasting results is by creating your own path. And it's hard to do that by yourself. So we create it for you. We adjust it for you every step of the way, depending on what you need, what life challenges might come up. And so that's how all of that works. Usually for active clients inside the metabolism reset method only. This is the big surprise that I was telling you about. So I was thinking long and hard about how I can help you actually start this journey for yourself. Because again, it's not information, it's actual guidance and action steps that you can apply, and helping you figure out where you've been stuck and why and how to fix it. That's what's actually going to get you started in the right direction. So I wanted to give you something more than just a presentation or information today. And so just for you, if you've watched this masterclass, you've already taken action. And if you're still here, you are getting a bonus that nobody else has gotten so far, except for active clients. So what I'm giving you is your free one-on-one metabolism audit. What we're going to do there is talk about where you've been so far, where you want to go, and how to bridge that gap, what specific action steps you actually should be taking when it comes to healing your metabolism, getting that effortless transformation, and keeping the results that you got. So I'm going to help lay out a plan for you, which again, normally is not something that I do for anyone other than active clients, but I hope that this is going to give you all the tools and strategies to actually get you unstuck. And so how you're going to get that is super easy. Scan this barcode or type in the link right there. It's going to open up my calendar, schedule it, and that's it. And I'm going to help you create a plan that actually works so that you can lose the weight that you've been wanting to lose. You can get your energy back, and you can do it all in a way that actually is fun and allows you to enjoy life without having to cut out things, because that's not how it works. So scan it now. Yay, amazing. So I'm really excited to see you there. I know this feels like a big step and it can be really, really scary. I've been in that place myself. So I know that sometimes when you've been trying for so long, it can feel like you don't even believe that you can have it anymore. I just want to leave you with other women's stories. You've heard mine already, but the more success stories you hear with the reality behind it as well, I know that that helps me a lot. So I'm going to leave you with these. Melissa, my client, was trying her hardest, but not losing weight and giving up on herself countless times before we started. When we started talking, she was scared of investing in herself, and she was also scared of getting yelled at. She thought that having a coach would mean that someone would be really hard on you and you were not allowed to mess up, and if you did, you would get yelled at for not doing things right. That's not how we do things at all. So now she is staying consistent. She's finally losing weight and not having any more energy crashes, and she's working out from home. She's getting stronger. She is getting the definition that she wants, and she's able to finally stay on track, even with a really, really, really busy life. She has kids, she has a job. And so in the past, it was really hard for her to stick to anything. And now she's finally able to do that because it fits her life instead of working against it. You've already heard about Courtney. I just also want you to know that Courtney was also scared and hesitant before we started. So before we started, she was feeling stuck. She was uncomfortable. And like we talked about earlier, couldn't wear the clothes that she loved anymore. Her fears were that with her busy schedule and intense lifestyle, she's a lawyer, that she wouldn't be able to stick to a program, that it would be too intense, too restrictive, and not actually work for her. Again, that is not how we do things here. So now she is able to keep the weight off. She's rocking all of her cute outfits again. She has a growth mindset in all areas of life, which is awesome because that's not why she started the program. But she noticed that as we were going and building confidence and learning things that she had a completely different picture of before, she was also starting to become more confident in other areas of her life. She applied for a different job and got it and loves it. She got a promotion. She got praise at work. She just did things that she was too scared to do before. And this is why I'm so passionate about what I do, because the ripple effects of taking care of yourself and your health and the mindset changes that come with it and the confidence that comes with it, that the better you get through it, it's just never ending benefits, and it's things that you don't think about before really. So she's now stepping into the gym with confidence. She's lifting weights and loving it, and she was scared of that before as well. So I just want to share all of this with you because I know that when you feel stuck, it's really scary, and you don't know what to do. You don't know where to start. You think that maybe it's just you and it's just not possible for you. I know exactly what that feels like. So I want you to know it's not you. It's not your fault. It's just that you've been told the wrong things. And once you do things in a way that works with your body and not against it, everything changes. Everything becomes so much easier and more fun. So I'm really excited to see you soon in our metabolism audit. Thank you for attending today. Thank you for being such a great and attentive group. And thank you for being here.